Hi, today we're going to take a quick look at HAX. So what is HAX exactly? Why do a bunch of people keep posting about HAX the web? So let's understand what it is that the team behind HAX the web at Penn State is trying to solve to better understand why this is so important. So take, for instance, our online courses that we develop at the university. So HAX is based out of the College of Arts and Architecture, collaborating with Eberly College of Science. And so we have courses that need to be presented online in an innovative fashion that have objective lists, video that's interactive and engaging. But we have a large team of people of different skill sets that need to produce this. And so we have, in this case, a Drupal-based system in which a user goes up and they hit a pencil, and then they're given this. They're given a kind of broken form, to be perfectly honest, of what is actually being portrayed in that other picture. It doesn't look anything like this slide, but yet it's the same authoring interface that's meant to produce that content. So looking at that in more detail, who knows what any of this is? Who knows what that token type of thing is? A common convention in content management systems. But also, even if we did know how to do something advanced, like say this steps to completion area, how can this be transferable to another person on our team? I've been doing development for over a decade, and I wouldn't be able to write this just off freehand. So HAX goes about this a different way, more or less authoring things that any advanced developer could do, but doing it via the user interface. So in our case, when we hit this little stack of paper here, this layers mode, this is going to take us into HAX. And so HAX is a way of editing the material in context in which the editor understands the pieces of the page itself. The editor understands that that is a video, and so that if I am to select the settings button there, that a flyout can tell me exactly the things that I can do to a video. So in this case, changing the accent color to purple, adding a title to it, and then selecting that this should be presented in a dark theme or inverted background mode. Then I hit update, and it places this in the interface for me to see immediately. Now, why this is so fundamentally different than any other editor that's ever existed is because if we look at the source code of what's being created, it's written a video-player tag. Our accent color is set to purple, and there you can see a flag for dark. So our team authors all new courses using the HAX editor. And as long as we make our elements semantic, in this case, web components, which is what's being driven there, anyone can read and understand what they are. HAX puts the power of our developers in the hands of content authors. But how is this possible? What does it look like? Well, it's possible because of a brand new browser standard known as web components. So web components, usually visualized as that little torus in the middle, fundamentally changes the way developers are able to interact with the web. We're able to create brand new HTML tags that operate exactly like old ones, but can be semantically created. Because we're not doing things against any specific platform or framework, we can then extend the web as a whole in a portable way that works in any browser. And so all of these different frameworks here, Angular, Vue, React, Preact, Lightning components, we can build web components that interface with all of these simultaneously. Or if it's content management systems, whether that's Drupal, Backdrop, Classic Press, WordPress, Elms, GraphCMS, it doesn't matter anymore because we're building against the web itself. And the fun thing about HAX, HAX is also built on web components. So as a result, HAX can be plugged into any of these frameworks, libraries, content management systems with ease. So as a quick demo of this, if you go to haxtheweb.org, you can see the editing experience of HAX. So if I click this pencil, this page is now HAX capable. I can go and remove things from it, and it won't save because it doesn't have a backend hooked up to it, but I will get to experience the HAX editor that our team uses and that you can use on any project that you want to do right now. If I go to layouts, I could drop in 50/50 layout, move some content around. And so all of this, every operation is just doing simple HTML changes underneath. So there's a video player tag, there's a grid plate tag, which does that grid. I could download and move this to other systems. To see this in context of another content management system, this is Grab CMS. And so if I were to go to typography, imagine I have one way of editing, no matter what my team is working on. But I can put in that 50/50 layout and I know that it'll work identically to how it just did before. Something that's not always the same across our different systems. That if I were to edit this video, I'll be able to interface with the video in the exact same way that I did in the previous slide and video. But maybe you don't use Grab, and that's great because we don't use Grab for everything. So maybe you use Drupal 7. Or you have properties currently in Drupal 7 that you need to migrate off of Drupal 7. Web Components and HAX offer a really unique way of being able to augment in place and migrate later. Because I have one authoring experience. So when I move from here and I save in Drupal 7 and I move forward and our team upgrades to Drupal 8, it doesn't disrupt any of our training workflows or any of the way that our content contributors interface with our items. So I can delete these pieces of the page, add things in context just like I could before, update the height of this image to be something that's not text. There we go, scale it around, hit save, and I have the same authoring experience that I had a second ago. Or if we move to Backdrop CMS, which is a fork of Drupal, can do the same types of operations. Let's not have that be dark mode. Let's move it over to that, light, actually just delete it, save. Or if it was Classic Press. This way, our user experience isn't pegged to the different requirements that went about selecting and building on this technology. Our content contributors shouldn't care how to embed things from NASA. They should care that WordPress or Classic Press or Backdrop or Drupal made sense for the context it's in. Save and update this page, and now in Classic Press I have that material in there with microgravity for context, and we do the same thing in WordPress as well. So if you're interested in learning more about HAX and about an editing experience that can work across all different contexts and platforms, then I encourage you to check out HAXTHEWEB.org to learn more. Thank you.